Hello ladies and gentlemen, and I'd like to welcome you to my application to cast the Danish StarCraft.com 2012 finals. I am Wardí. I'm very pleased to be here today to bring you this great game between two of Denmark's best players. Both these guys are in the Grandmaster League, so we're in for quite a game today. And in the upper right hand corner we do have, starting us off, our pink Protoss player, appropriately named mTLPink. In the lower left hand corner we do see the blue Terran player who goes by the name of VegaBunny. So we'll see what these guys are going to open with. As I've already mentioned, they're both Grandmaster players, so we're expecting to see a pretty good game out of both of them, as VegaBunny just throws down this depot at the front of his base. So he's going to create a little bit of a wall off there. Whereas back in the Protoss' main we do just have that initial pylon coming down, so no proxy pylons today, no proxy barracks, just a nice standard normal game out of both these players, for now at least. So One Card Kingdom map where, you know, early aggression is definitely viable, especially with all the surface area around the edges of the main. It's exceptionally strong for both Protoss players, for any kind of blink player really. Because of how easy it is to both pressure the Terrans natural at the front and then very quickly come and attack into the main once they've pulled the units to the natural. So a lot of options here, like especially for aggression out of the Protoss, but also for the Terran. And we see the Terran here has gone for a gas first build, following up with the barracks. So I'm very interested to see what we're going to see out of this. And this is another map which is good for Terran, because with all the surface area at the edge of the base, it's very, very strong for Marine Hellion elevators, dropping the Hellions in, then the Marines, and going for one very strong attack. So we'll see exactly what VegaBunny wants to do with that, as mTLPink actually takes double gas. So first down is Simon X corner, we expect to see him put guys into gas here right now, but he is only putting 3 guys in, and it looks like he's going to be rallying in from his Nexus, in fact. So he's not rushing up a lot of gas. He wants a bit more gas than usual, but he's in no real rush to get it there. He doesn't want it straight away, and it looks like he will indeed just be leaving 2 guys on each of them gas geysers, which means he's just going to be going for a fast-ish expand. Not the fastest of expands, because he is getting a little bit more gas, but it does mean he'll be able to get his tech out a little bit faster, whether he decides to go for a robo facility, or whether he just wants a couple more sentries for defensive purposes. So as we see the warp gate starting up there on the Cybernetics core, we have a pretty standard opening out of pink. Whereas back at home we do have the factory on the way for the Terran player, and also a reactor there on the barracks. This probe is getting chased a bit away by the Marine, but not before it got a pylon down. Now VegaBunny did spot this, so he knows that's on the map. He can go clean that up when he feels it's necessary. And we'll see what Pink wants to do with this. We always see ones there moving across the map, as the Stalker's just about to pop out here in the main base, and a sentry being chrono boosted out as well. So Pink just getting out all of these nice early gateway units, and as we said, he's actually going to throw down the robo facility before expanding. If we check his vision, we can see that he did scout the gas. He did get a scout from the main base, saw the factory as well. So he knows there's some kind of funky opening coming from the Terran, something not very standard. And here we actually see a starport being not kind of proxied up to the top left. So getting the robo facility out first, just to be nice and safe. Also getting a second gate up before an expansion, so Pink's going to be able to get a lot of units here, and he's going to be able to defend pretty aptly. Because this kind of build from Terran, you know, it kind of relies on catching the Protoss out of position, because their units are maybe not at the front of them, not in the main base. Do you see the Stalker poking 40? He's actually doing some pretty decent damage to the Hellions. But as the 2 extra Hellions do pop out there, it does chase the Stalker away. But he does force some SCVs off to have to come repair them, so nice little poke for nothing but shield damage. And as I was saying, the strength of the Hellion drop is really catching the Protoss units out here at the front, maybe defending the natural, expecting the attack to come from the front, and the Hellions usually dropping into the back can do quite a bit of damage if it's undefended. Right now we do see Pink though, he's only just thrown down that expand now, so he's going to have plenty of units to spread. And he already knows the Hellions are on the map too, so he shouldn't be so worried about his natural nexus, because Hellions aren't going to be able to take that out. And I think he's doing the right decision here by being up in the main base, ready to defend any kind of drop pressure that does come in. As we see the medevac now coming in with the Hellions, and the units are going to be straight onto that. The Hellions trying to get a couple of shots off, but it looks like this medevac might even go down to the Stalkers, just getting away with 13 hit points, dropping the Hellions out just in case, and they're going to come and just pressure at the front here and check for that expansion, which you can now confirm. Nearly losing one Hellion there to the Normal, but it looks like we're just going to pretty much stabilize for both players now, both guys with a little bit of a later command sign than usual. But VegaBunny does have his double expanded, in fact. He's saying, well, you know, my Hellions didn't do that much damage, apart from the fact I forced a later Nexus out of him. So because of that, I'm going to just go straight up to 3CC and defend it with tanks. And that's really a nice choice. I really like it on this map. It's such a great map, as we do actually see that Proxy Pylon finally being taken out by Marines and Hellions. It's such a great map to defend with tanks on, because you can just position some tanks both in your main and just along this stretch between your natural and third, and then you're just so safe to defend this third base, and really you're just in a great position to continue on. There's no kind of attack from a Protoss player is going to be able to do that much damage to you. So I like the idea to go tanks here for VegaBunny, who's now once again loading up that medevac. Probe is going to come into the third base, probably for a Proxy Pylon. We do see 3 more gateways being added on. It's going up to 5 gate Robo here. He's now got 3 Immortals out, and he's not actually adding on any more tech yet, not taking these gases as natural. He's also adding a Warp Prism too, so mTLPink is going for some kind of harass-based play. I'm just interested to see what he is, because he is delaying any kind of splash damage tech for this. He's not got a Robo Bay down. He's not getting any kind of Twilight Council to start heading towards Temple Archives. So he is putting a lot into this early Warp Prism. As we do see these Hellions finally poking out, going to try and get some more probe kills here. A little bit of indecision there, and it looks that's going to cost him all of the Hellions. One of them did go down initially, but all of them in the end got taken down there, because of his indecision on whether to go for a couple more probes or not. So we can see only 5 workers killed, 4 Hellions, probably not worthwhile. But every little does help right now. These Stalkers actually being warped in, and they're going to be able to come deal with this medevac. So a very nice pick off here by Pink. One Marine here is going to pick off that probe, or is he? The probe will get away here. Going to get another Proxy Pylon down. And now VegaBunny knows there must be some form of aggression coming, but he should be okay, because, as mentioned, he's got these tanks, these very defensive units, and they're going to just give him a really good advantage here. But we are going to have warp-ins to the high ground, or even just an elevator play, and it looks like that didn't work. I think he wanted to try and elevator everything up there, but instead we're going to have an attack on the front. Guardian Shield coming down, nice force fields from behind are going to stop any SCVs repairing that, but the tanks are just doing so much damage, taking out so many of the sentries, and mTLPink is going to have to reconsider this choice. Now going to start lifting his units back up into the main base, and we'll see if he can do anything with this, but there's once again these tanks covering quite a lot of the main base, so this Immortal is not really going to be able to do too much. SCVs being pulled, and now there are 3 Immortals here. They're going to be able to kill tanks very quickly. 1, 2 tanks dying, and now a pickup on one of them on 2 of them Immortals, third one unfortunately dying. So Pink here continuing this aggression, Viking out now is going to start putting an end to this Warp Prism play. There is still 1 tank out, a second tank now about to pop. Some Marines trying to chase this sentry. It looks like the sentry will go down, and again this tank in the back just doing so much damage and holding this nice defensive position for VegaBunny. He's adding another bunker. He's got these 2 bunkers behind. He had them there all the time. So VegaBunny's in a nice strong position right now. Back at home, we do see Pink finally getting some kind of tech on the field, going for them that double forge, going to get his double upgrades rolling, but still no kind of Robo Bay, no Temple Archives, so complete lack of splash here. And in fact, back in the town space, we also see a double engineering base starting up. So both these guys now transitioning into their double upgrades. Did you see Pink just continuing the harassment here wherever he can, picking off a depot there, will supply block VegaBunny, and little things like that do always give you an advantage. Twilight Council is on the way up for Pink as well, as we do see this aggression pretty much thwarted now at the front, and I think Pink looks like he might be about to head on home, and yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do, or at least go back to take the tower. He's going to just clear the Marine off the tower there. We'll see if he continues home. He's going to hide this probe somewhere, maybe bring it back in case he needs to make Proxy Pylons a little bit later on. It looks like Pink is indeed going to go all the way home now. He went for his pressure, and the question is, was it worth it? So if we look at the resources list, we can see Pink actually lost a lot more than Bunny. And the problem with that is, Pink's third Nexus is only halfway done. Bunny's been having 3 orbitals worth of production of SCV production and mules for a long time now, and he's going to be able to get that third base. Well, I thought he was just going to move it over to here and start mining with it, but no, he's just repositioning a little. But Bunny, he's got such an economic advantage, and that's why he's got this huge supply lead right now. He's getting a lot more production up, going up now to 6 barracks, salvaging his bunkers as well. And now moving out to take a defensive position on his third base with these tanks, while also sending his marines out to the tower. So, not sure where the marines are going. They're coming back now. And VegaBunny is going to be able to clean up these proxy pylons, take his third base, start mining there as he adds on his double gases. And we finally see the tech out of Pink, whose 1-1 is halfway done. We see the Twilight Council Search and Zealot legs, and right next to it we see the Templar Archives, which does just finish up there. Should be expecting him to get Storm any second now. And with Storm, that'll be his area of choice, but we actually do have a drop here. In the natural, it's going to be able to take out a pylon before being sent away, but you know, only 2 more workers killed off there, so not too much damage. Another gateway being added on. And Pink getting into his kind of comfort zone, especially when that Storm comes up. He's going to be feeling pretty confident to hold things. Storm doing a lot of damage, of course, to the clumped up bio units if you get good storms off. But we do see a Ghost Academy has just finished up, so Ghosts are going to be on the field pretty soon. And Bunny definitely has, with this 5th and 6th class, the income to support that Ghost production alongside everything else. So VegaBunny, as long as he knows the Templar are coming, which if we have a look here, he did scout, he's going to be able to get up Ghosts in plenty of time, or he might even just go now, which is exactly what he's doing. He's going to go now and say, well, let's try and hit before Storm even gets on the map. I saw your Templar Archives just finishing up. I know Storm can't be produced yet. He throws a scan down, he sees the Templar, and he's just going to start slowly sieging these tanks. And do we have Stim? Yes, we do have Stim. So these Zealots charging in here don't do too much damage. They take out 2 of the tanks, but now there's nothing to buffer for these Zealots. This Templar's still sitting here with doing absolutely nothing. And now a spread from VegaBunny, who's going to probably be able to take out the 3rd Nexus. Probes are being pulled, and the 3rd Nexus is going to fall here, as this bio army for VegaBunny right now, just Pink has no answer for it. He did it pretty much an all-in off 2 bases against a 3 orbital command Terran, and he didn't do enough damage with it. So unfortunately for Pink, he's now back on 2 bases. Doesn't really have that much tech, and back at home VegaBunny's continuing to expand, taking a 4th base. Pink gonna try and take this expansion to the right hand side, where maybe VegaBunny won't be expecting it. But right now, VegaBunny is doing the perfect thing. He's just taking out the Nexus. He's going to go back home, wait for this economic lead that he's just given himself to kick in a little bit before pushing out for round number 2. One thing Pink does have going for him here, as he does clean up these couple of Marauders that were left behind, are his upgrades. His 2-2 is well on the way now, nearly 75% done, and that means he's very soon going to be 2-2 against 1-1 for a short time. I don't think he's got the army to really do anything with that. But if he can keep this upgrade lead while taking this 3rd base and get somewhere near max out, he could definitely hit a timing where he's at 3-3, his opponent's only 2-2, and maybe he can get something done with that, as this command center to the bottom right is scouted. Warp Prism over here is going to be able to warp in his out to deal with that if he would like to, but no, looks like he wants to go harass with this instead, and VegaBunny just expanding absolutely everywhere now. All of these command centers are going to be spotted, but the army just isn't big enough right now for Pink to do too much about it. Zealot's charging in there on that 1 Marauder. And we can see that there's plenty of ghosts up, 3 more on the way, so we're going to have a total of 7 ghosts here for EMPs. There are 6 Templar on the map, so it's all going to come down. I mean, if all them Templar do get their storms off all over the bio, this could turn around. But it's going to be about how good them EMPs are. That +3 starting up now for Pink. He is 60 supply down, so a nice scan on the top. Just seeing if anything's there, seeing if the Protoss army is going to get aggressive, because he knows it's somewhere around there after getting his Marine cleared off the tower. Zealot going to come in and try and deny the space, but not going to be able to. Well, actually he will, because that Marauder was not quite enough, and now Zealot's going to come in to deny the space to the bottom right. So Pink just trying to make sure that his opponent doesn't get too many bases up so easily, and actually cancel forced on both them bases, and this one down here is definitely already almost done. So Pink getting a nice little win there, but he's still got this problem of how is he really going to defend any kind of push from VegaBunny in the near future if the EMPs are good. These Templar are approaching full energy. He's trying to get into the robotics bay tech now, but actually VegaBunny is moving up the left hand side of the map. Observers do spot this, and now it's going to be up to the Protoss player to get back in position to defend. He's 50 supply down, and coming up here, VegaBunny sees there's no 3rd base there. He has scans and sees the one over to the right hand side, so he knows where that base is now. He scans, he sees them Templar. He's going to have to lead in with the Ghost here to get some EMPs. He's just going to play this nice and slowly. He's starting to move in there. Gets a nice snipe off, but not before feedback goes down. And are the MPs going to land? Yes, they do. On 3 of them Templar. The stim now comes in. 2 Templar left with almost full energy. Where are the MPs? Only feedback's going off on the Ghosts, actually. 1 Templar left with 2 Storms in it. Are they going to be good? First Storm isn't really the best. Blankenstein is a better Storm. But is it enough? There's still 45 supply lead for Bunny. As now we see no splash damage for Pink. And Bunny is going to stim in here. And Pink loses his whole army. He's going to lose his third base. GG is called an mTLPink. Unfortunately, not able to really come back in this game after that early damage done by Bunny. After his kind of 2 base all in didn't really work, as the last player, Tetris Man, there does leave the replay. So VegaBunny taking the victory here, and a very interesting game. You know, it wasn't that kind of standard TVP that you always see, the 1 racks FE, the 1 gate FE. It's a little bit interesting with the gas opening and the aggression from both sides. So I do hope you enjoyed the cast. I've been Wardí. This was my application for the www.danishstarcraft.com 2012 finals. So hopefully, if they like it, they'll get me in to cast that, and it would be a pleasure. So once again, guys, thanks to anyone who watches this. I hope you enjoyed the cast, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you, and I'll catch you all later.